Her name was Cynthia Seberg Beasley, and like all great American writers, she was born in New Haven, Connecticut. A secret writer of memoirs, prose, and novels, she lived amongst the ordinary and common folk as a teacher during the turn of the century. Her quill never revealed the true identity of Strawberry Shortcake, the famed prodigal genius. But on the anniversary of her 40th birthday, a remarkable and historic discovery was made in the town of Wallingford, Connecticut, by a distant relative of Cynthia. It was a piece of paper that read, "My real name is Cynthia Beasley," and it was signed Strawberry Shortcake. Now, an exclusive television event, we uncover the recently discovered writings of Cynthia. Plagued by a bothersome childhood, she emerged a young woman of dignity and grace. But her journey was long and annoying, and occasionally in need of a compass. Tonight you are invited to explore the fascinating world of Cynthia Beasley, Strawberry Shortcake, in this week's episode of Unpublished Early Century Women Literary Geniuses from New Haven, Connecticut. She was born to Richard and Laura Seberg of Wallingford, Connecticut. As a child, Cynthia was recording her every thought on paper.
Today when I get home from school, I'm going to get my hair cut and styled. I hope the guy doesn't make me look like an old lady, with curly hair that sticks up. The kind of hair my mother has.
Photos taken of Cynthia from a young age suggested torment and sorrow that may have contributed to the adversity in her early poetry.
This book takes us on a historic journey. In one passage, Cynthia walks home from school alone. She loses one boot completely and is forced to walk home in the slush barefooted. In another, she gets lost in an amusement park alone. Yet, the words seek less to give answers and more to pose questions. Does this explain her determination to face the world alone and overcome these fears? Or does it explain her tendency towards stories of pure fabrication?
Yesterday I was watching my brother play outside. I was holding my cat. He saw a dog coming and ran out of my arms. He made a big scratch on my stomach. It was very deep, so I had to go to the hospital, and I got 22 stitches. The stitches didn't hurt, but the numbness shot did. I felt like screaming. I didn't, though.
In another terrifying confession, Cynthia recounts an incident in which a young man tries to kiss her at school. We later found the name of the suspicious young man who may have inspired her next book.
The author has blessed us with an intelligent book about the importance of rejecting others. It is a powerful statement by a little-known voice.
For lunch today I have a bologna sandwich. I am going over my grandmother's house today for dinner. Every time we go over their house, we have the same thing. Fried chicken, boiled potatoes, carrots, string beans, and gravy. It is very good, but I kind of get sick of it.
It started out as a traumatic experience in which, according to her memoirs, her mother served cookies, and only cookies, for all her meals. This became a lifetime obsession with cookies and chocolate.
Cynthia's childhood was not always wrought with anguish and malnutrition. Despite the horrors that laced her fragile youth, she maintained a profound outlook on life. Vacation is here. Now let's all cheer. Kids are playing outside, while everyone is going out wide.
It wasn't long before the Seberg estate welcomed new additions to their home. The first to begin a new era of influence on the writings of Cynthia was her sister, Cheryl.
From the bizarre relationship with her sister came Cynthia's first series of novellas, based on two characters she created, one for her named Gay Gay, and one for her sister named Go Go. The series was brimming with adventure and frolic.
passion is stirred in the stories of sibling rivalry. It's very powerful. It really serves as an inspiration for future generations.
The next addition to the Seberg home was the youngest sibling and only son, Richard. Richard may have been the inspiration for Cynthia's first unpublished children's story.
In her charming book entitled Chief Tallhead Longsocks, we see the author's interest in ethnic diversity.
I applaud the way the author lets us enter her mind. The book is a good read, although heavy on the mind.
What most people don't know is that as she approached her teenage years, she spent a brief period of time as a deaf mute. Her remarkable recovery was followed by a short career as a line dancer.
While effortlessly completing her bachelor's and master's degree, Cindy put forth great effort to consume as much ye olde Pabst Blue Ribbon as humanly possible.
We're trying to scheme up things to do to the guys while they sleep. Last week, we put shaving cream on their doors. Also, we short-sheeted Dave's bed. Then, over the weekend, we stole all of their underwear. And we're going to string it up tonight with their names on it. It's pretty fun.
Cynthia grew into adulthood, but did not put down her pen. While selflessly devoting her life to teaching the less fortunate, she found the time to record countless enchanting life stories of drama and mystique.
These books are sure to be mind-bending, and they expertly weave the spoken language.
This week went by fast. So did the week before last, and last week. I hope next week does too. Today we had a test. The first part was easy. The second part was hard. The third part was kind of easy and kind of hard, but mostly hard.
According to her memoirs, Cynthia was briefly married to a young man named Vinny the Fazul Crapioli. But this marriage did not last long. It was at the foul-smelling Hans Brinker Hotel that Cynthia met a young man named Neil Beasley, who would later become her husband, with whom she bore 2 children, Colin and Gillian Beasley. The family of 4 settled into a happy, peaceful, if not painfully boring existence in the New Haven suburb of Guilford.
Well, our relationship was based on friendship, love, and mutual respect. I reluctantly admit to a relentless jealousy of Cynthia's first husband, Vinny the Fazul Crapioli. I at first doubted that Cindy could love someone like me, but then I thought, hey, what does Crapioli have that I don't? As time passed, I grew confident in Cindy's love for me, evidenced by her willingness to clean my dirty underwear and socks. Yes, it was then that I realized her love was real. I admire and am thankful for her commitment to our children, Colin and Gillian, and a healthy, fulfilling family life. Her beauty, intellect, wit, and sense of eyewear and hairstyle have captured my heart forever.
For years it was believed that Cynthia was among the many who lost their lives on the Titanic. But this passage, written later, may explain her sudden disappearance. Historians may have yet to uncover the mystery that later followed, but her memories survive in the words of her friends, family, and beloved children.
One memorable day in Cynthia's 4th year, she was playing in the fields when she got her hair tangled in a bramble bush. She ran into the house screaming, trying to pull the brambles out, to no avail. It was then that I took out my sewing shears and proceeded to cut them out of her long curls. I never thought I'd get them out. But in the end, I was relieved at how adorable she looked with short hair, and all the relatives and neighbors thought so too. It didn't seem to have any adverse effects on her. Thank goodness she was too young to remember it.
My sister Cynthia is the kind of person everyone looks up to and admires. She's smart too. I mean, it's really amazing how sharp and knowledgeable she is. I think my parents always liked her better. At least that's what she always told me.
She was always teasing me, making up stories about dogs and dead babies in the attic, and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I ran away and joined the circus.
I will always remember my life as a child, a wife, and mother. I have no regrets. Although my life was ruined when my mother cut my hair so short that I looked like a boy.
Writer, dancer, deaf-mute, teacher, wife, mother. Cynthia Beasley's extraordinary life was surrounded with the love of her family and friends and full of wonderful, unpublished memories. And now the world can celebrate her life's work. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Unpublished Early Century Women Literary Geniuses from New Haven County, Connecticut. Good night.